Before we begin this video, let's give you that startup sound, right next to the stock exhaust. Hello and welcome! Today we are inside of a 2020 Dodge Challenger RT Scat Pack. This is my actual dream car, so it is amazing that I am able to review this car. This car is currently available at Hyundai of Newport, and that is located in the beautiful Newport, Rhode Island. Let's take a look outside. Alright, so this Challenger looks pretty similar to how they've looked for about the last decade, even a little longer, but I love this body style. This is essentially the last true American muscle car. The others, the Mustang, the Camaro, they have definitely gone away from the true muscle car styling. They still look good, they're still very cool cars, but this is just the most brutish of them all. This thing is a beast. Big, heavy American V8 coupe. Alright, so the first thing you notice up front here, you do get the Challenger badge and the RT badge, and you also get these orange circular headlamps. The daytime running lights, they look awesome in that orange. You do get some LED fog lights as well down here, along with a plastic splitter. You do get hood scoops up here. You get one center hood scoop, and you also get two hood vents, one on each side, and they are 100% functional. The Scat Pack is powered by a 6.4 liter naturally aspirated V8, making 485 horsepower and 475 pound-feet of torque. This does have the Super B logo over here, the 392, meaning the displacement, so 6.4 liter displacement is 392 cubic inches. This does ride on 20-inch wheels with 245 width tires stock, and these are some beautiful alloy wheels. They look great. And they have some nice Brembo brakes on there, front and back, along with some slotted rotors. So this is a coupe, a two-door car, and it looks awesome, really. This does have a rather unique fuel door. It's obviously labeled fuel, and it fits the character of the car. And it's made of solid metal. It's awesome. In the back here, you do get your spoiler. You get the rear camera up there. You can hear this beautiful burbling idle. This is the stock exhaust. Alright. You got these two big tail lights back here. I think they look great. And you get another Scat Pack badge with the Super B logo. The Challenger does have these old style door handles. I don't think any vehicles currently on the market have this door handle design anymore, but it's old style. It works, makes sense. So you pull up like that, and that is all. Let's take a look on the inside. Alright, so sitting inside of this Scat Pack, visibility for the front and the side is pretty good. It really is not that bad. So you have some moderately thick A-pillars in here, nothing too hard to see around, and you get a pretty low windowsill. It's pretty easy to see out of for the sides over here. Out the rear, it is not great. It definitely has obviously massive pillars back there, as you can see, but it's doable. You get some blind spots in here, but this car does have blind spot monitoring for each of the side mirrors, which is a very nice thing to have. So you do get an part digital gauge cluster in here. You got this very old style tachometer and old style speedo, and also you get this center screen, so you can configure the speedo there or a plethora of other controls. This is mated with the ZF 8-speed automatic, and you do get a traditional shifter in here. You get some hard buttons for a lot of stuff. You do get a launch mode in here, which unfortunately we can't try out, but it is just awesome to have a launch mode in a car. You can turn on and off your parking sensors here. Traction control. Luckily they put a dedicated button because people driving these do not care about traction control. They are going to be burning through tires like mad. You have a screen off button so you can turn it completely off from here. A mute button, which is nice. A hard volume scroll wheel, as well as a tuner wheel. Alright, for this infotainment system, you do get Uconnect. This does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You can get your climate controls throughout here. So you turn it on there, and it's pretty simple. Very responsive system. I love Uconnect. It's among the best infotainment systems out there to this day. You can control your seats in here. So you do get a full leather interior in here with Alcantara for the seats themselves. All through the center, these are Alcantara, with, yet again, the Super B logo. They're very comfortable seats. They're firm, of course, but they're full power for each side. They have, understandably, they have great bolstering for both the legs and the torso. It'll definitely keep you well placed in corners. Back in the Uconnect system here, you can find your performance stats. So, your performance pages, actually. So inside of here, this is a pretty funny joke around the internet, how long it takes for the performance pages to load in Uconnect vehicles. But once they load, you can get so much great information here. Look at this. You get your engine pressure. You have a G-force meter to measure that. You have some general gauges like your oil temp, oil pressure, coolant temp, and battery voltage, which are not present right here in the gauge cluster. So you also get a lot of timers in here, so you can test acceleration and braking, drag strip, and a number of other things in here. And in the home here, you just get your power gauges, your current gear, your G-force, and anything else you want. You also have a dyno in here. I'm not sure how accurate it is, but having a dyno in a car is ridiculous. That's great that you drive on the street. For the interior in here, most of it is soft touch material, so the whole door panel is soft touch, as well as the dash. It's a bit firm, but it is soft touch material. Not bad. The entire infotainment system and controls are angled a little bit towards the driver, so you feel like you're in a cockpit in here. Although you don't feel like you're sitting down too far inside of this vehicle. It's still comfortable to be in. For the center armrest here, that is very well padded, and inside of here, you do get some nice storage. You get a USB Type A, 2 of those, an aux port, and a 12 volt. You do also get some nice chrome trim throughout here, along with, it is plastic, but it looks like some nice metal grain, and it does have a nice texture to it. For this steering wheel, you do get your cruise controls, you get your arrow pad over here, your voice controls, and you get some very nice bolstering. So this is a leather-wrapped steering wheel, some very nice bolsters down here, and of course up top. And in the back here, you do get some plastic shift paddles. They feel pretty good, and like most FCA cars, you do get, on the right, you do get a volume control, a volume rocker, and on the left, you get a seat rocker. Inside of here, you do get an Alpine audio system, and that is a very nice system in here. So great bass, minimal distortion, sounds great. And let's take a look in the back seats. All right, so to access the back seat, you would pull on this lever here, and you would crawl back like so. Kind of fall in because I am tall. Let's see. All right, so I can unequivocally say that I cannot fit back here. I am 6 feet tall. Look at me, I cannot fit. There is no knee room, no leg room, no nothing. But in general, the seat back here is fine if you have very small children. Otherwise, I would not ever punish anyone to sit back here. It's near impossible. I do have this seat about as far back as it goes, but I'm only 6 feet tall. I'm not even that extremely tall, so yeah, the back seat is not very usable back here. However, you do get some rear climate vents, so at least that's a nice touch. Whoever is being tortured back here, you can put them in the back and give them some nice heat or AC. You do get a little typical armrest back here. It's leather, and it has 2 cup holders. And to get back out, you once again pull on that lever, and you make your way out. All right, let's check out the rear storage for this, the cargo. All right, so With this being such a large car, this is actually a very practical car in the sense of cargo capacity. In here is a very, very wide load-in area, and it's pretty deep in here. It really is pretty easy if you want to use this as a very weird person being your grocery getter. This is very capable of being so. Another touch inside of this Challenger, instead of having door handles up here like you would typically reach for, you do have this, I guess you could call it an old style. You do get down here, you're actually going to pull these, the window will pop in and out for you, and you will open the door because you do have frameless windows in here. So that's a pretty cool touch. You do get a few blank buttons here on the steering wheel, so you do unfortunately know you're not in a top trim Hellcat or Hellcat Red Eye, or today a Super Stock, but yeah, it's pretty good. There are almost no blank buttons otherwise in this car, so feels great. When you're sitting in here, you also get a very nice rumble from the engine, so yeah, it's a very fun car to be inside of. Let's do a visor test over here. And 3, 2, 1. Awesome, it passes, but it's a short enough mirror. Okay, that's kind of funny. They put a tiny little extender back there. That's all right. Does a good enough job. Alrighty, that'll just about wrap up this review of this 2020 Dodge Challenger RT Scat Pack. Make sure to check this vehicle out, currently for sale at Hyundai of Newport, in beautiful Newport, Rhode Island. And thank you so much for allowing me to review this car. Thank you for watching, and take care.